Hello, everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of New River Middle School's Bleacher Feature, where we bring you some of the most rewarding career pathways connected to physical education.
Going to be hearing from Coach Strong, and this is a colleague and friend of Mr. McBride. So I'm going to ask Mr. McBride to do a quick introduction and then turn it on over to Coach Strong. And students, please help us out we're going to be recording this session. So please just hold all questions until we get to the time where it's some question and answer, because I know Coach Strong wants to talk to you and answer some questions. But just wait until we get to that point, and then at that point, he might even want to see some of your faces as well. So he might ask you guys to turn on your cameras, because I know looking at the little icons all the time is not as much fun. So I'm going to turn it over to Mr. McBride. Do you want to introduce our guest who's with us, and then we're going to turn it over to Coach Strong to share a little bit more about his career path and education and where he's doing now.
Yes, yes. This is one of my colleagues, Mr. Strong. He specializes in working with youth athletes, improving their game, taking them from average to over the top. I've watched him get scholarships for numerous kids, so I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Strong and let him tell a little bit about himself and what he does.
Hi, how y'all doing? I don't see nobody with the cameras on, but I'm Darrell Strong. I played at all levels on the football field. Of course, I started in youth football at Plantation for Plantation Wildcats. Went to Plantation High School. I started out at University of Pittsburgh, and I left there and went and finished my career at Clark Atlanta University. It's a black college in Atlanta, and had a couple of runs with a couple of NFL teams. And I told myself when I was done with all this, I was going to come back and give back to the community, because I seen a lot of stuff in colleges with kids going back home because they weren't ready for it. They couldn't handle it. Great athletes, but it's just they couldn't handle everything. So I made a goal for myself to come back to Fort Lauderdale and grab the youth and prepare them for high school, college, and if possible, the NFL. So I had started with my nephew. He was 7 years old. He was home, not doing nothing, so I took him out to the park. They kept taking us to the park every day. And I'm a part of a fraternity called Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated. We have a little thing that if somebody asks you how was your process, basically when I was pledging, when I was joining the fraternity, it's called hard but fair. So I grabbed that from them and used it and turned it into an LLC to start my organization called Hard But Fair. But I'm also now tied in with the gym, Optimal Formula Fitness. That's when we grabbed the concept, bringing the kids there and training them and getting them ready. But for me, it all started with at Plantation Middle School. I had a friend of mine. He used to always want to play football in the beginning of school, because he wasn't involved in his mom didn't. He was an advanced student, so he didn't have PE. So he used to always want to do it before school. And he used to get his clothes dirty. We used to walk back home, and we stayed down the street and walked back to school until we got tired of dirtying our clothes. So we asked our parents to enroll us in physical education. And and from there, it helped us throughout our career because I think if we would have never joined physical education, PE, we wouldn't have been so active. And nowadays, a lot of kids are not active. Y'all have to get active in physical education, and that's where it starts. It starts there. It motivates you, and you on the track, you run around the track. I don't know how they do it now, but we ran around the track. We threw the football around. We had a basketball court, and that's how we got involved in sports. We were so good in school, and then right behind us was Plantation Wildcats. So we seen the field, and one day after school, we stayed out there and played football. Then we started seeing all the kids come, and we was trying to figure out what it was, and it was actually a youth football league. So I think if we would have never got involved with PE, we would have never experienced none of that. We would have never seen the football player. We would have never had the drive to go work out or run and do all that. So that's how I really got involved, and I never stopped. Like throughout high school, I wanted to take it. Weight training, PE. You even have it in college. Some colleges um, give you provide platforms like that. So it is very important that without that, I don't think I would have went as far as I went. And I didn't play no games in the NFL, but I had the opportunity. And without me being involved with my physical education class starting in middle school, because in elementary I didn't do it at all. And I'm kind of mad that I missed out with it. But I picked it back up in middle school, and I just kept going with it. Now I got a whole training facility. I train kids, even though they don't want to do it. But now these kids are involved in flag football. I'm pretty sure that they present that to y'all middle school because I came out there one day and watched the games. So that's why it's important that y'all continue and take it serious. And it's also good for your health because around middle school is when you have puberty, is when you start gaining that weight. I'm saying your body's starting to mature, and you want to keep yourself healthy. You want to keep moving, and you have to take advantage of that class. I know nowadays y'all don't like to get sweaty, but hey, bring an extra clothes. You can change out your shirt. I'm saying towel to wipe your face off. Bring some deodorant, and it all pays off. Yep. Y'all hear me? Everybody muted. But so yeah, I also have a facility. I'm pretty sure I have an Instagram called Bigger, Faster, Stronger FL. So if any of you guys want to just check out um, what I do, I'm pretty sure some of y'all seen it before. But again, it's Bigger, Faster, Stronger FL. You guys can go on the page, check it out. Everything I do, I post it. Anything with 707, I'm involved with that. I also coach at Dillard High School. It's my first year. After I was done with youth school, youth, I told I want to go to high school and coach. So now I'm bringing my talents to the high school level. Um, I got a couple of guys on scholarship. Um, Using my Twitter, I use my workout to get three of my guys a scholarships to big D1 colleges, big university, Indiana, Penn State, and the University of Pittsburgh. Got some of my guys got scholarships off a workout video. So that's why another thing is very important that you guys get involved in just the physical education. It starts there. And once you get used to it, that drive will continue. So, like I said, it works, it helps, and I recommend you participate. Uh, so y'all have any questions for me that y'all would like to know, I'm here to answer.
So here we are in the gym.
Okay.
But what was the thing that kind of got you into starting your own business? Like, what was that deciding factor that you made the decision to be a business owner, entrepreneur?
Oh, well, really my nephew, when I took him out, when I used to take him out to the field, and once I start recording and posting it online, I noticed people liking it. And I had one video I posted with him. It had like 500K views, and people just telling me from all over, from UK, from everywhere, just telling me they love it. How can they? How can I send them videos so they can start doing the training with their kids? Now, once that happened, I felt like, okay, I got something big. Let me start my own training program, and then I went from there. After going viral, as y'all say, I felt like I can do it because I was doing it for fun. I was just doing it to help my nephew out. I wasn't really doing it because he was the only one. I didn't have no other students that was involved. So once I went viral, then I just took it to my hands and like, you know what? I'm just start a business training, and I went from there.
I mean, what's the difference between your schedule maybe now in your athletic, your workouts and healthy eating compared to when you were, training and really working out, being athletic? What's the differences you've seen as far as your lifestyle?
Oh, the difference between then and now, you have the internet to, to promote yourself. You know what I'm saying? More people is involved in the internet, so it's easier to go live. I don't really have to record no more and to share. I could just go live, and everybody sees it, and then they want to be a part of it. So I think it's easier to grow and to be motivated, more motivated to participate in the trainings because a lot of the kids, like now, I can go live doing one of my workouts. Actually have one tomorrow morning. If y'all guys follow the page, y'all will see it. Uh, I go live and then all the kids will see it and see their friends and want to get involved. So I feel like it's better now than back then when I first started.
Coach, what kind of eating regimen do you offer to the students? Because a lot of times people think because they work out all the time, they are able to eat whatever they want to, whenever they want to. And I know it's a time where it's a time and place that you can have, a day where you can eat bad, but at the same time, you have to remember your training ethics as well. Like, do you give them like a plan that they have to follow, or um, no dietary restrictions or anything like that, but a plan that they have to follow in order to stay healthy and ready to go?
It's a good question. It actually depends on the kid because you have certain kids, they can eat whatever they want to eat. They won't gain no weight. They won't, their body just genetically, just, they have a nice build. For me, I'm a big guy. I'm the smallest brother of two. I'm 6'3", my other brother's 6'5", and my oldest is 6'4", and we all kind of thick. So for us, it ain't what we ate, is eating a small portion. Because as a kid, their age, they burn calories quick. So I wouldn't advise you to eat McDonald's or fast food every day. But if you feel like you cannot just get that weight down, just make your meal smaller. You don't have to eat everything that's in front of you. Don't eat until you're full. Now, when you get up to my age, that's when you have to go on that diet and take away bread and take away rice and stuff like that. But as for kids y'all age, I feel like y'all can eat what y'all want, but you have to work out. Because if you work out, it will burn quick. That weight will come off you quick. But if you don't work out, it's just going to sit on you and you're just going to get It's just the weight just gonna come. So I don't really have a meal plan for the kids because, like I said, their calories, they burn calories easy. But for the ones who don't burn fast, their calories don't burn fast. Just eat smaller portions and try to stay away from fast food. Eat it on the weekends. On the weekdays, don't eat it.
Thank you.
No problem. None of the kids asked me where the gym at. If they got questions, come on now.
You, okay, this is all right. I'm in a gym full of kids with a lot of aspirations, a lot of dreams. Some of them want to play sports. Well, my question to you, Coach, if you're chasing one of those dreams and you fall a little bit short, how rewarding and how important do you think it is for the kids to find a career doing something that they're passionate about, that they love? I mean, it doesn't have to be necessarily an athlete, but if they can find something in the realm of the dream they were chasing, how rewarding is that for you?
Well, like for me, when I was growing up, I wanted to go to the NFL. My brother actually, growing up watching him, he went to the NFL. He played for the Raiders for 4 years until he dislocated his shoulder. But that was my goal to make it to the NFL. But when I didn't make it, and I got into I got into training my nephew, then I seen the results from it. I seen how people like they love what I was doing. So I took that and I ran with it. And that's something that I love to do to this day. If I can take a kid out there to train every day, I will. That's my drive, to see the kids get better, to see the kids go after their goal, and I can help them with that. So that's what I use. I use my training. It might not be training for you. It might be nutrition, just a nutrition plan for kids, or starting your own nutrition plan for the youth, because you really don't have that. You really don't have people having a nutrition plan for the youth. They have it for the adults, but I haven't seen it for the youth yet. So you can find anything that you love doing it, and then just try it. And just like I said, now you have social media. Just post it, and people, you'll get reactions. And then just go off of that. I went off of people reaction. That's how I started what I'm doing, and I love it now.
Do we have any more questions in here, guys? We're in the gym. So, football, athlete. What would be, Coach, what would be something like a good training regime for a student who is wanting to play sports in high school? Because right now these are seventh and eighth graders. They
Right.
might be wanting to pursue high school sports. What are some things they can do to be overall well prepared for going on to high school, both mentally, physically, nutrition, anything? What can you give them some advice?
My advice to those students is it don't matter where you at. You can have stairs in front of your house. If that's something that you want to do, and that's something that you want to get into it, you have to work hard, because you have some kids who can't get to the gym, who don't have the funds to pay for training. So that kind of stopped them from not wanting to play or not wanting to participate, because they feel like they can't get what other kids getting. So my thing is, you have to find it within you. Even if you have to, like we used to do, walk to the park, a near park close to our house, and just run, do sprints, do push-ups, stuff you can do at home, sit-ups and push-ups, stuff that can build you up, build your confidence up. Because I feel like the stronger you are, and the more fit you look, it motivates you to to be better, to be great. Because a lot of kids like to work out with their shirt off. It's because they have confidence, and confidence will take you a long way. So you can do that right in your house. Get push-ups, sit-ups. You can buy resistant bands, watch YouTube. It have workout things that you can do at home. And I feel like you get involved, get into yourself, it will get you ready for high school. It will build your confidence. So the first thing I say is build your confidence. Once you do that on your own, nothing can stop you.
Yeah. One
Coach,
thing
how
I,
would you
I
describe your leadership philosophy and style?
I'll say it again.
How would you describe your leadership philosophy and style?
Oh, well, mine start. I feel like I'm more into the youth. Like I said, like middle school. I'm just not getting into high school, but to lead by example. You know what I'm saying? To show the kids that I can do it, and so I can't just be telling them what to do, and then when it get hard, they turn around and look at me like, well, it's too hard. So I would get out there and show them that I can do it at my age, and from leading, from doing that, I feel like they pay attention to what I'm doing, and then they're like, well, I won't let coach outwork me. I'm not letting coach beat me. Coach is old, even though I'm not that old, but just you got to have your own drive. You can't just work out because I see somebody else working out. That don't show leadership. Leadership showing I can start on my own and do what I need to do, and people are following me. So my thing is just, and my style. I guess my style is great because a lot of kids are drawn to me. Like if you go on my Instagram, they love watching my videos. They always hit me up in the inbox, Coach. I want to come out there because sometimes I will get out there. If you look on my page and show them, and some kids will see that. Oh, I can do that. Okay, come do it. So that is my style of leading, is showing them what I can do to motivate them to come out there and do it.
okay, Mr. Strong.
Thank you.
I have one other question. I'm the football coach here at New River, and I had a couple kids, sixth graders, maybe a few seventh graders that didn't quite make the team. The skill, they were there, the drive was there, but maybe the skill was a little bit off. What advice would you give those kids as far as trying to keep them motivated to stay in the game? And if so, how could they find you?
With that, I would say if they didn't make the team, the first thing kids like to do, they get mad and they just walk off and don't care no more. But what I advise y'all to do is go ask that coach what I need to work on. Because if he lets you go and he can't tell you what you need to work on, then that's not a good coach because it's not helping the kid. So I'm pretty sure coach will let you know. He's a pretty stand up guy. I've been watching him all through Little League, and he will tell you what you need to work on. And you take that. If you can go get a trainer and tell him what you need to work on, and perfect that craft. And I'm one of those trainers. Sometimes I provide free training for kids that can't afford it. So I would tell you to just utilize your resources. Go online. You know what I'm saying? Ask your friends who you train with. And I'm available. I'm always at Lauder Hill Sports Complex training at 11 a.m. And most of the time, those are free workouts. You guys come out there. There's some great athletes out there, and then go against them. They might run all over you, but if you continue to come out there, you'll get better.
Okay, Coach. So my last question for the morning is: do you also recommend for students to meditate and reflect when it comes down to helping them with their mental state as far as being an athlete? Because I know a lot of NFL players, a lot of players, period, all different athletes use like meditation, and they do a lot of reflecting, yoga, things like that, just outside of the actual strength training regiments that they usually have. Do you recommend that for students as well?
With that age, if they can get that, yes. But I think for kids nowadays, all they have to do is go on YouTube. You have a bunch of motivational speakers. I have to have a friend of mine. His name William Hollis. You can look him up on YouTube. He basically speaks to the youth, and it's a lot of things that a lot of times he didn't make a team, and he didn't have the money to train, and he speaks on that. And sometimes when you feel like somebody is speaking what you're going through, that help you. You know what I'm saying, motivate yourself into, okay, I can do it because he did it. So if you can get that type of if you get that type of stuff, if your parents can get you into that, yeah, that'll work, especially at this age. But if you can't, just go on YouTube and watch what you like, whatever sport you like. Just watch what they do. It basically have like LeBron James it talks about. He have something on Instagram that basically from when he started until where he at now, and it actually motivated a lot of kids. Like, okay, if LeBron can do it, he ain't start off great, but now he's probably the greatest player around right now. So I say go to YouTube and look for something on there to motivate you.
Thanks, Coach, for joining us this morning. We really do appreciate your time. And we know this is our first time doing it, so you are the first honorary guest to
Thank
join
you.
us. We're really excited. We're going to be continuing this, so you may have to come back, later for update for next year's kids or something. But we really do appreciate you guys coming, just joining us virtually this today. And students, we're going to be, starting this. So we want you guys to follow Coach Strong. Go on and see what he's doing online. And maybe it might even motivate you to be interested in some things that you wouldn't have maybe considered doing before. Taking your athletic, pursuits in a slightly different avenue while still pursuing your athletic stuff. You can do multiple things, as you can tell from what Coach Strong is doing. So I'm going to wrap it up here. I just want to, so we're going to be bringing you guys some new segments every week. So Coach Strong, again, thank you so much for joining us virtually. We hope next year maybe you can actually come to visit us here at campus and do some workouts with our kids and show them what you guys are doing at your gym. So
I would
thanks,
love
guys.
to do that. I would
We
love to do
appreciate
that.
it.
All right.
Coach,
Thank you.
we appreciate it. Thanks, Mr. McBride, Mr. Dong, all the students. We appreciate you guys and have a great day and a great weekend.
All right. You too.